This world-renowned drink company has never been so cheap. Laurent Perrier makes some of the world's most exclusive champagne, but shares have fallen 17% this year, taking the company's market value to €590 million. With 183 million of net debt, the enterprise value is 773 million. Revenue over the last 12 months comes to €313 million, with 64 million of net income and 100 million of EBITDA. So Laurent Perrier's stock is valued at just 9 times earnings and under 8 times EBITDA. That valuation is lower than the stock received during the 2008 financial crisis. Price to tangible book value, which accounts for Laurent Perrier's vast champagne stores, also looks cheap at the bottom of the historical range. Meanwhile, Laurent Perrier has been performing well in a difficult market. Global champagne sales fell 8.2% last year, but Laurent Perrier's profits increased 8% thanks to higher pricing. As a result, Laurent Perrier's margins have soared to record levels, with gross margins hitting 61% and operating margins 30%. So why is the stock so cheap? Well, there are several issues to be aware of. The first is that Laurent Perrier's record margins are unlikely to be sustainable. Champagne typically takes 4 years to develop, so it's possible that the company's margins are yet to incorporate the effects of higher inflation. Reported costs could soon go up, which means margins should decline going forward. After all, the champagne industry is centuries old, and it seems unlikely that Laurent Perrier has found a clever new way to extract significantly higher profits. Another issue stems from champagne's unique production cycle. Because the drink takes years to age, producers must pay for production years before they can sell it, while also funding storage and financing costs. This timing mismatch strains cash flow, especially when inventory levels rise, and currently Laurent Perrier and the champagne industry as a whole are experiencing record build-ups of inventory. These difficult dynamics can be seen in Laurent Perrier's cash flow statements. Over the last 10 years, the company has reported almost 360 million euros of net income, but generated only 186 million of free cash flow. It's free cash flow that ultimately matters to investors, so when you extrapolate those free cash flows going forward, Laurent Perrier begins to look like a particularly poor investment. However, Laurent Perrier still owns valuable brands and assets that are desirable to investors. The company's maturing champagne stores alone, valued on the balance sheet at 644 million euros, are worth more than the company's current market cap. Price those stores at market value, include some real estate, and the stock could easily support a higher valuation. Although Laurent Perrier cannot simply liquidate its stock when it wants, because that would crash prices. Another option is to value the stock based on what investors have paid for it in the past. If you assume that Laurent Perrier grows revenue at 3% a year for the next 3 years, net income margins fall to a more reasonable 12%, and the PE ratio assigned to the stock increases to a more typical 20, that would put the valuation at around 795 million, which equates to an upside of about 35%. Overall, the champagne market possesses some interesting dynamics. It's capital intensive and volume is constrained by geography. With volume unable to increase, growth must come from pricing and taking market share. So Laurent Perrier is not a stock that is likely to 5 or 10x in value, but based on the value of its assets, the stock should be near a bottom here. But these are my personal opinions, not financial advice, and I hold no position in Laurent Perrier. For more investing videos, make sure to visit my website at 3minutebreakdowns.com. Thank you for watching.